So the OnePlus 5 just came out, and guys, it's supposed to take some really, really good pictures because literally the only words that it says on its box is dual camera clear photos. And yes, it has a dual camera setup just like the iPhone 7 Plus, so I'm expecting some really good things out of this guy. But before we go and take some pictures, if you're wondering how I got my phones to look like this, I slapped some D-brand skins on them. Got the mahogany wood, the white marble skin, and the new black dragon skin. So if you guys want to pick one up for yourself, I got that link in the description for you. But let's go take some pictures. Alright, so here's a shot of me kind of sitting in the shadows with a bright blue sky in the background, and all three do a really good job. I'm bright enough that you can see me, and the blue sky is also showing. Now what you're going to see here is the iPhone's picture is a little more natural, with more dull colors, with a bit of a faded look, which does help with darker areas showing, like seeing my hair. Sitting in the same place, I switched to portrait mode on the 7 Plus and OnePlus 5, where they use their second lens to determine what's the background and blur it. Now the Galaxy doesn't have a second lens, but still has a softer feature where you hold the phone for like 5 seconds and it tries its very best, but usually fails pretty hard. Although those little bokeh balls do look nice. Now the iPhone looks closer up because it's not only using its second lens to determine what's the background, but also to take the picture, whereas the OnePlus sticks to its wide angle lens for the picture and the second lens does some work in the background. So because of this, the iPhone's background seems more realistically blurred, but it does struggle with the edges of things like my arm and my hair, where the OnePlus 5 doesn't really struggle at all. With the OnePlus 5 using its wide-angle lens, getting that much of a blurry bokeh background is a little unrealistic, but I still think it looks beautiful, and there's nothing stopping you from just moving a little closer with the OnePlus to help make that blurred background look a little more natural. Let's do a couple of shots where we can test portrait mode, but okay, before we do that, let's just first take a look at how kinda scary the OnePlus 5's photo makes me look. HDR was on all the phones in this example, and yeah, the OnePlus 5 just needs to settle down a bit when it comes to HDR because it almost looks like a painting here. So with the camera in the same spot and switching to portrait mode, even though I think the OnePlus 5 does a better job at differentiating the subject from the background, I do think I prefer the iPhone's portrait mode a bit more, mostly due to its using the telephoto lens. It mimics that DSLR look a little closer than the OnePlus. Okay, so I wasn't able to eat that little pastry thing because it wasn't vegan, but at least I could snap a pretty cute picture of it. Immediately I noticed the iPhone 7 Plus is the darkest of them all, the Galaxy is the brightest, and the OnePlus is right in the middle. Once again, HDR was on all three here, but with the iPhone being dark, at least you can see some stuff in the background, like the sky and the cement fixtures, so it really depends on what your priority is. Do you want an overall balanced photo like the iPhone? Or do you feel like you'd rather have your subject properly exposed and the background be not really that important? It's up to you. Next is this little baby palm tree that I thought was so cute I had to take a picture of it. The OnePlus 5 is definitely the brightest of the three here, while still pulling in that blue of the sky. So I guess you can kind of see themes here by now. The OnePlus 5 has some crazy HDR. The iPhone 7 Plus is very natural with toned down colors and a more faded look, where the Galaxy S8 has a more emphasized look with crushed blacks and vibrant colors. So it really all depends on your style, if you like editing photos or not, all that stuff. So now when it comes to selfies, the phone's main camera traits are pretty much the same here. OnePlus 5 is really bright, the iPhone's is natural, and the S8 is colorful. But on top of those traits, I do notice the iPhone's selfies are a little warmer than the others. My skin looks a little more orangey. But I love how the OnePlus 5 selfie camera is a wide-angled one. The Galaxy S8 also has the same wide-angle lens, and I have pretty short arms, so a wide-angle selfie camera is really important to me. Okay, now let's get to the big differences, low-light photos, starting with our boy, the Demogorgon himself, and I think we can all agree on what the worst photo is. The OnePlus 5. I mean, sure, it's the brightest here, but it's not sharp at all, and is definitely the most grainy of the bunch, and that's because it's the only phone here without optical image stabilization, well, at least in its main camera. So that long exposure mixed with the shakiness from your hand is going to create some blurry photos. And as for the other two, they both look good in their own ways. The iPhone is nice and bright, it's sharp, but there is some grain here, and the Galaxy's image is a little darker with cooler colors and really not much grain. Let's see another picture to see if the OnePlus just doesn't like pop figures. Well, unfortunately, it seems like the OnePlus 5 just doesn't like low light. It's still super grainy and super noisy. I'm actually really surprised here. I thought the OnePlus would be amazing at night, and this is with all the new updates and everything. I actually snapped 6 pics here, and they all came out equally soft. So as for my favorite, I do really like the Galaxy S8's pic. It does seem a little less soft than the iPhone, and it's dark, but I really love the colors and the lack of noise. Okay, let's try one last low light shot. There was some type of party going on here that I wasn't invited to. And yes, once again, we see the same strengths and weaknesses with these 3 guys, except we have some extra warmer colors on the OnePlus now, which I don't think looks bad, but when looking at the other 2, it's definitely my least favorite. So flipping the phone around for that selfie shot, all 3 are not too bad, I think. Once again, I really don't like how the iPhone is just my big old face. I wish it was a little wider like the other 2 so you could get more context as to where I am, with the light behind me and the trees and stuff. It is the sharpest of the bunch though. The OnePlus 5 is the softest, but it's not too far behind the Galaxy S8. My face is super bright on the Galaxies, which I can't really figure out if I like or not. It's really hard to say here, so you guys gotta tell me which one is better. Okay, so all 3 phones can film in 4K video, and quality-wise, at least in this shot, the iPhone is really struggling properly exposing those flowers, and the OnePlus 5 and the Galaxy S8 are much sharper with cooler colors, but in most shots, all 3 look really beautiful. But you're probably already noticing another major flaw with the OnePlus 5. Look how shaky it is. Now remember when I said the lack of image stabilization hurts low light photos? Well, it hurts video even more. I mean, it looks like I had 27 cups of coffee before filming with the OnePlus 5. It really stinks too because besides the shakiness, the OnePlus 5's video looks really good. So overall, all 3 of these phones take fantastic pictures, but I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed with the OnePlus 5. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still takes great photos, but for all the excitement that was around it, I thought it was gonna be a little better. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and while you're down there, go check out that Dbrand link in the description box to pick up some cool skins like this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see ya later.